Isaac. Earbuds. Why? What do you have first period that you can just sit and watch? Yes, the color class. Yes, clearly.
What class?
He watched a random high school team play basketball on YouTube.
And what class? Oh.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, on the notes. So we use trig ratios to solve right triangles. Oh yeah, you guys don't know how to read cursive.
I know how to.
Now you know, Miss. You know, art class was one of the last classes to learn cursive.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Now we're going to use them to solve oblique triangles.
O-B-L-I-Q-U-E.
Very good. And what is an oblique triangle? So it can have 3 acute angles, like 60, 60, and 60. That would be an oblique triangle.
I thought, wouldn't that be an equilateral?
Well, that is also an equilateral. Also, it can have 1 obtuse angle and 2 acute angles. Two acute angles. And when I look at the triangle, the angles are capital letters and the sides are the little letters across from the angles.
Yeah, you spelled it wrong the second time.
You knew what I meant. Okay. So the sides are across from the angles. The angles are the capital letters, and the sides are the little letters across from them. So if I look at this triangle, none of them are right angles. None of them. But if I drop the line down the middle right here to D, and if I call it height, that is a right triangle. So if I look at angle A, and I ignored this part of the triangle now because I dropped this down here, I want to know what is the sine of A. The sine of A would be the opposite over the hypotenuse, which would be h over c. And I want to do the same thing for angle C. The sine of angle C would be the opposite over the hypotenuse, which would be h over A. Now, if I solve for h on both sides, how do I get the h by itself here? Okay, so then I get c times sine of A equals h, correct? And how do I solve for h on this side? So I have this. So now they're equal, and I can set them equal to each other.
It's basically the same thing.
It basically is. So, can I set up a ratio though? Can I put all the C's over each other and all the A's over each other? Because if I divide this by C and this by C, those cancel out. So if I divide this by A and this by A, those cancel out. So I just have ratios now, don't I? The sine of A over A. And I get the sine of C over C. And so this is the law of sines. And this is what we're going to use to solve the oblique triangles. And I could have done the same thing with the B. I just used C. So the law of sine is the sine of A over A equals the sine of B over B, which equals the sine of C over C. They're all equal. Okay, as much as we say that geometry was dumb, it was stupid. It was so dumb. But we used some postulates to prove triangles were congruent. So we used angle, angle, side, angle. That's all right. It doesn't matter.
Oh, wait,
So today we're just going to use two of them with the law of sines. We're going to start with them. And for the record, which one can you not use in geometry? And ASS, right? There was no ASS in geometry.
Oh.
Remember? No ASS in geometry. Well, guess what? We get to use the ASS in pre-cal, and we'll do that on Tuesday. So there is ASS in pre-cal, but not today, okay? All right? Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. So the first thing I have to do is I have to draw the triangle.
Is it oblique?
These are all going to be oblique. So every single one of these problems I do, I start the same way. I draw the triangle. And it's never representative because I just draw the triangle the same way every time. It's labeled the same every time, and then I fill in what I know. So first of all, I know angle A is 46, so that goes here. Angle C is 63, so that goes here. And side C is 56, so that's going to go here. So what do I have this time? I have angle, angle, and not the included side. So I have AAS this time. What? Angle, angle, side. Hypotenuse leg. What was wrong with all of you your sophomore year? I already heard about that last period. I don't want to hear about it anymore. All right. So, shh. Okay. So I want to use, so here's what I'm missing. I'm missing angle B, I'm missing side B, and I'm missing side A. These are the three things I'm missing. So I need to fill these in. So the first thing I know, angle B. How much do they have to add up to? 180. So I can take 180 minus 46 minus 63. And so angle B ends up being 71. So I have angle B is 71. So if I want to do the law of sines now to find the other two sides. So first of all, which one am I given that I have the angle and the opposite side? All right, so I'm going to start with that one because you have both of those. So I'm going to have the sine of 63 over 56. It doesn't matter if we do B or A next. It doesn't matter. So if I'm going to do A, I have to do the sine of 46 over A. So what would be different if I wanted to solve for if I want to solve for B? I'm still going to have the sine of 63 over 56. And B, I have to use this angle, the sine of 71 over B. Now, how do I solve that?
You would
Cross multiply. And we like that because it's easy. So we're going to cross multiply. So I have 56 So how do I get the A by itself? What do I divide by? The sine of 63. So now I've got A. (56) times the sine of 46 divided by the sine of 63. And I suggest you all do that on your calculator. And if you don't have one, get one.
I got 45.210.
That's what I got. That's what I got also.
No one step on my phone. 45.210. We're truncating. Truncating. Is it 45 minutes?
45.210. What's B?
B. Oh. So would it be 56
Uh-huh.
and 71? Yeah, you cross multiply.
56 sine of 71 divided by the sine of 63. Why did I put the 56 up there? What's across from angle C? 56. I cross multiplied.
Did it get 59.426? But wait, I know.
Yes? Did y'all get this?
This isn't hard.
At all?
Why was there some nerve day? Like, how come? I feel like we just started learning that stuff yesterday.
Do we have homeroom or math time?
Homeroom. Hey, y'all. Also, don't skip homeroom today. You're checking your name on your diploma if you're a senior. So don't be skipping homeroom. Get yourself to homeroom today.
Why everybody about to skip home?
What if you skip it and you don't sign your name?
Then if it's wrong, that's on you.
They got this.
Because they start printing the diplomas like soon.
What if you felt like all your classes?
Yeah, then they just pull your diploma. What? What? At some point. Yes, I'm still recording. Bruno is going to steal his diploma for some reason. I don't know why, but apparently he is.
May I throw this away? I saw her head move like this, so I thought that made it.
Okay. So fill in what we know. Fill in what you know. What? Angle A is 50. Angle C is 33.5. And B is 76. So this time I have angle, the included side, and angle. So this is angle, side, angle. Because it's between the two angles. So Okay, everybody stop talking. So for real, stop talking. So we're missing angle B, we're missing side A, and missing side C. I'm missing the three of those. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find angle B, and how am I going to do that? So I'm going to take 180 minus 50 minus 33.5 with that scary decimal Isaac's afraid of. What is it?
96.
I got 96.5. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is I'm going to use the law of sines to find to find side A and find side C. So which one do you know both things? The angle and the side? B. So that's the one you have to start with. The sine of 96.5 over 76.
Is it always sine?
Always. We're doing the law of sines. It's going to be, but today is the law of sines. All right. Okay, no, just sine and cosine. Just sine and cosine. All right. Okay, so I have 96.5 and 76, so I'm going to start with that one. So if I want to find A, I have the sine of 50 over A. Cross multiply. So what does A equal? Because I didn't multiply this out.
26. Did I close my? I got 58.5. 9.6.
Did anybody else get that? 58 point. Did you say 986?
0.59. She got 9.86. She didn't even erase it. She just
Whatever. There it is. All right. So now we have A. So the last thing I need is C. The last thing I need is C. So again, I'm going to start with what I know. Sine of 96.5 over 76. And this is going to be the sine of 33.5 over C. Cross multiply and solve for C.
They're not even gonna lie, this is super hard.
No, I'm not. What is C? Sine. 42 point what?